Marcus Speaks. What is going on, people? Welcome to another Marcus Speaks Live, the only podcast that gives you all the information that you need with a little bit in between. Now, excuse me. Look, I have some things to go over before we start, so, with that being said, everybody, you can look at the bottom of your screen here. It says, welcome, all right? And for everyone who is in attendance tonight, I give you a round of applause. Also drop one of Flex bombs for you. Alright. Now, to get into what we came here to do tonight, let's just get into it. So, like I said, check the bottom of your screen. If you could, like this video, share this video, and if you're new here, please subscribe, alright? Helps the algorithm when you like it. When you subscribe, it builds my viewership up, as well as when you share it, it puts me out there to the public. So if anybody hasn't known about this before, they will now if you share it. Now, when you do subscribe, hit that bell icon, ring that bell icon to all, so you can immediately get all of my notifications once I go live. Now, and don't be shy. Write something in that chat box. All right. So first things first. If you guys don't know, I do a game stream on Fridays, not only here but on Twitch, as well as my secondary channel, Marcus Speaks Play. Now I will go over my Twitch with you guys real fast. I know I don't have my theme music on because I just want to get right into everything. Well, I think I can play my theme music while I do this. Let me take out this music. Here we go. There we go. Now, please go over to Marcus Speaks Play. If you're on my channel now, just scroll up. You'll see Marcus Speaks Play. You don't even have to leave this my main channel, Marcus Speaks. Just hit subscribe, hit that bell icon to all right? I need to get some like sound effects and stuff when I do that. I have one in here, just I don't use it. So, as well on Saturdays I do my podcast. This is my show. This is my baby. I've been doing YouTube for 3 years now. The 7th just passed on Thursday, so. The 7th of 2019 was my very first show. I did a little excerpt on Nipsey Hussle, and if you guys want to check that video, I should link that at when the video ends. I'll be sure to link that very first video at the end of this as well. I'll put a little card marker up here of my very first show. Now, to get into some things, like I said, I have 2 YouTube channels. My main channel is the channel that you're on now, Marcus Speaks, where I do practically everything. If you go to my playlists, you can see I've done Marcus Speaks Shorts, which was like a Sunday show I would do, a pre-recorded show, where I tell you funny and embarrassing stories about myself, just so you can get to know me a little bit better. Those have a playlist. I think there is 11, if not maybe 12 videos of that. There should be 13. I did like a Marcus Speaks short on one podcast show. I have yet to snip that out, cut it up, and put it as its own video yet. But whenever I find time, I'll do it. So yeah, if you pay attention to my playlists, I think they're all the way at the bottom of my channel. Check out those playlists. I have all the games that I've played in parts. I have my Marcus Speaks Shorts playlist. I have this playlist, the Marcus Speaks Live playlist, and also have, I think it's maybe 1 or 2 other playlists there. But the myriad of it is, or the myriad of it is, I have Marcus Speaks live playlist, Marcus Speaks Shorts playlist, and all my Marcus Speaks Play playlists. So go to the description box, subscribe to both channels if you can, or if you go, like I said, you can go on either channel and subscribe to both channels at the same time. Now, with my Twitch channel, I have changed the name. It is now Marcus Speaks Productions, as I've been saying lately that I would like to change, because I would love to do my podcast over there, which I am streaming it right now using Restream.com. Restream.com, I'm not being paid to say this, it's not a promotion. I just like Restream.com for the simple fact that it gives me everything I need to stream, baby. But anyway, so yeah, I'm streaming to both. I'm streaming to my main YouTube channel, to my personal page on Facebook, on my group page on Facebook, and my Twitch channel. All right. So it is now, instead of Marcus Speaks Play, it is now Marcus Speaks Productions. All right. So anybody who has already subscribed and then you went and you're like, oh wait, man, Marcus changed the name. Yeah, just change the Productions. That's all. Change it to Productions. So yeah, to anybody who's new, who wants to go over there, just type in Marcus Speaks Productions. It should be right there. Now, if you have any sort of recommendation for me to go over, such as like a story recommendation that I can put on the show, either next week or weeks coming, if you have a story that I can do, or if you have any sort of, let's say, game recommendation. As you know, I am playing, as we speak, I am playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'm having so much fun. I got 3 more weeks of that. So, I want you guys to come on through either to the main channel, or I would personally like you to go over to Marcus Speaks Play and give Marcus Speaks Play some love. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Speaks Play only gets like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 viewers a show. So I would like to boost that morale over there. Or if you have a show recommendation, such as, do you want to see a review show after I finish games? Would you like for me to review it maybe a day later, if not before a show, or let it be? Or do you want it pre-recorded so you can see all of my gameplay and stuff like that? I can put little snippets in of all my gameplay. Just let me know either in the chat. Or you can hit me up if you're watching the replay in the comments section, or you can hit me up in my DMs on social media, which you can follow me on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast, as well as Facebook at Marcus Speaks. All right, that is my personal page. I also have a group page on Facebook called Marcus Speaks Play. Now, Marcus Speaks Podcast, which I will be changing that soon if I can change the name. That also will be changed to Productions as well. So within the coming weeks, just keep checking and see what it is. I hope I can change it. If not, then it'll stay podcast, Marcus Speaks Podcast. So with that, you can search that either in the Facebook or in your address bar. We can do it on Facebook. Just type in Marcus Speaks Podcast, or you can type in your address bar www.facebook.com/Marcus Speaks PC. The M in Marcus is capitalized, the S in Speaks is capitalized, and the PC is capitalized as well. All right. And I'm also on Twitter. Username Marcus Speaks 25, but I'm on there at Marcus Speaks 25. My username is Marcus Speaks Podcast. All right. So if you could check all those links in the description below, I would love for you to do that. As well as, when you hit those links, subscribe, follow, do what you have to do to help me out. And then I'll return the favor. If you have a channel or something, I'm not subbing to sub. I know that's forbidden over here on YouTube, as well as probably Twitch. But I'm a man of my word. If I like your content, I'll subscribe to you. So, no biggie, right? And like I said, if you can, like this video, share this video, and subscribe. And if you're new, hit that bell icon to all as well so you can get all my notifications. And lastly, please let me know what you think in the comment section or the chat box. Just let me know. Let's have the conversation as I'm going. I'll be looking over periodically to see what you guys are saying. And I will bring them up if I like what you're saying. I'll bring it up on screen, something like this. It'll just be like this. All right. So, how is it that when I do this show, I have to, when I make certain points with this show, I love playing videos. But the only way I can do that is if I use some sort of fair use. Now, fair use is the law. It is not part of, it is a part of YouTube's standards and practices. But it's also the law. And I like following the law, certain laws. And in order for me to play these videos, like I said, they have to be stopped and whatever. But I make my point either way, so it doesn't really matter. But instead of me sitting here harping about what fair use is and all this, how about I let my past self tell you what it is instead? Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right. That was beautifully said by myself. Now, all this Will Smith stuff has been going through the news, and it's been like 2.5 weeks of just mayhem. It's just been a circus about this shit. Now, one of Will's love mate, Jada Pinkett Smith, came out. Well, they said she came out. See, this is why I don't believe that she said this shit. And I'll read it. I'll read what she said. So, Jada Pinkett Smith wishes Will Smith didn't slap Chris Rock. They agreed he overreacted. So, Jada didn't want Smith to get into an altercation to defend her. She says, this is what they say. She's not one of these women that need protecting. He didn't need to do what he did. She didn't need protecting. She's not a wallflower. The source shared. Now, everybody, I want you guys to pay attention to that last part. She said source, not she said, but it says sources say. Now, a source can be anything. A source can be somebody within their inner circle or somebody that may know them, a family member, so on and so forth, or it could be, I don't know, a reporter that may know a little bit about them. But as far as I understand, when I hear sources say, sources shared, sources informed, whatever a source says, this is my best practice for all y'all. How about you do your own research? How about you find out who that source may be? Because you just can't take somebody's word for that shit. For all we know, Jada probably never said that shit. Now, it goes on and says she's a strong woman, an opinionated woman, and she can fight her own battles, but she will stand by him. Now, this is what I think about this whole thing. Since it's been a circus around Will and all this other craziness, not Will, Jada. Well, not even Jada, really. People just want to stick key people in certain places to either them make either a person look like a villain or make somebody, look better than what they already are. Now, this is my whole thing. With the quote that came out earlier this week, I don't believe Jada said that. Because this is why. Why wouldn't she have done a red table talk? Last week I spoke on how Will and Jada basically with their social media presences are basically controlling their own image. So since Jada has her own platform, why wouldn't she just do like a quick red table talk that's probably like 15, 20 minutes to talk about how she felt about the whole situation? Like, I don't understand why Newsweek people and all these other magazines and editorials are sitting trying to earn themselves some money by covering this distraction. Now, I told you guys probably up until now, my whole theme of this year has been distractions and what to look out for. This whole thing, the Slapgate, has been a distraction. Now, if you guys don't know, certain things have been passed. I'm not trying to preach to y'all because I got something that I want to talk about as far as what I think about this whole quote situation. Um, you gotta look at things that aren't pop culture sometimes because just last week Biden signed a lynching bill. Why he just signed it now, who knows? Why didn't Obama sign it? Why didn't Trump sign it? Why didn't Bill Clinton? Why didn't Bush Jr. or Bush Sr., Reagan, whomever? Why didn't any other president sign this? And bills like this have been presented since the early 1900s. So I don't have an answer for you on that. But all this has been a distraction. But this is what you guys have to understand when it comes to people saying sources say. Now, why can't anybody remember Tasha K? Tasha K just went through a legal battle with rapper Cardi B about slanderous and fallacious things that she said about her. Cardi B has won $4 million to be exact, which I don't believe that Tasha K is going to pay that shit. I've covered that story as well. But this is what you got to understand. Tasha K on her shows, like I said, I used to watch her show. Her show to me was like, it was some foolishness, but it was some foolishness to sit back and like, drink like, whatever, like, mixed drink or something too. If you sitting around with your girl or something or whatever, and your girl got it on, it's just something for y'all to just sit and watch and kick back and laugh at. But within that show, Tasha will always say when she would do her stories that sources say that blah 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 did this and blah 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 did that, and also sources say that this person is like, well, who's the fucking source? She would say, I have a source close and blah blah blah. Hold on, let me do a Tasha K impression real fast. Hey y'all, look, I have a source in Jada Pinkett Smith's circle, and she said that. Hold on, I wasn't supposed to say she. Y'all wasn't supposed to know all that. But Jada Pinkett Smith, she said that Will ain't shit, and it's like, what? Then we see no like Hollywood Unlocked story about it. We wouldn't see a Shade Room article about it. We wouldn't see anything of the sort. And she's always harping that she breaks stories. And it's like, no, you don't. You make lies up. Now, like I said, Tasha K has lost a lawsuit to Cardi B with the was not retribution, but what the hell is it that I paid back then when I lost? Well, I didn't really lose the case. But anyway, uh, restitution. She has to pay $4 million restitution. So why every time you see a juicy story, you guys just jump on it like y'all are some rabid dogs? Now, this is what I don't understand. When y'all see juicy stories like this, it's always best to do what? Your own research. Now, if you start selling, look, if I start selling shirts, if I become, if I start, let's say if I have 10,000 subscribers. Now, we all know only like a tenth of those people watch you. So that's, probably won't say, probably like a tenth. So that's what, like 1,000 subscribers that'll watch you. If I get 1,000 people to watch me within the coming months, I'll start printing shirts out. And my very first shirt that I will make, well, very first two shirts, which will have the same thing on them, will be an all black shirt with white lettering, and an all white shirt with black lettering that will say, "Do your own research." That's all that the shirt will say. Which it will be, a nice shirt to have on. People see you with it, and they'll see, do your own research on it, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt." I would like to, if that ever does come true, I want Old Navy quality shirts. If you guys rock Old Navy shirts, y'all know what I'm talking about. That soft wash shirt. I'm wearing one right now. Very good on the skin, very nice. Just FYI, just letting y'all know. They always have sales, so most of the time they sell the shirts on sale for like $4. You can go in there and buy every damn color like I do. Now, this is getting sad because right when you guys smell blood, you leap on it like a shark. Now, y'all may say, "Well, Marcus, sharks don't leap." Yes, they do. Great whites do. They leap out of the water just to catch your prey sometimes. Just to let you guys know. But anytime you see the word source or sources say, don't believe that shit. All right? The reason why is because you never know where the fuck that came from, and you have to do your own research. It may take some time, but you will feel better by when you when you do when you do when you do your own research. You'll see that, hey, what they said really isn't true. This is really what is really being said. And then from there, you have no more words. You don't have to take somebody else's word for it. Now, but to do your own research, it's a deep dive into, finding something else. It's like when you was little, you would go outside and you'll start doing shit, in nature. Like, you'll see a rock, you'll try to turn it over just to see what's underneath of it. You'll see worms and roly-polies and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell those bugs is called, but we used to call them roly-polies back in the day. But, you see all the, stuff that you just, turning stones over and uncovering things. That's what it's like to do your own research. You did it in school. If you went to college, you did it in college. Why not do it now? Look, learning never stops. That's my whole premise. When I got out of school, I slacked and lacked and was doing bullshit. But then I started feeling dumb, and that's when I started reading and doing my own research on things, on stuff that I heard about. And thus we're here with this podcast. Now, this is why YouTube is so hard to do for me, because like when I watch certain people, right, and they just hop on the first thing smoking. Like, I was watching this one guy's show, and I don't bring up YouTube bring up YouTubers on my show unless me and them have some sort of rapport or whatever. Or if I like their show a lot, that's when I just started really like looking at this dude. Like I used to look at him in passing. He's been on here. He's been on, on early and then comes back on. He does like two shows a day. Like most of them, like most YouTubers, they just hopped on the first thing smoking, and they didn't really dive deep, do their own research on what all of this entailed. Now, uh, and they basically did it just to get views, which I don't blame them. Get your views, you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. But there's it's an integrity thing here with me. Because what nobody knows what my show is named after, well, which my channel name is named after, is a reluctant newspaper that which the name has changed, but back in the day, but if you live in Chicago, New York, L.A., all these big cities, Baltimore, stuff like that, you know of a certain group of the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam has a newspaper called The Final Call. But before it was The Final Call, it was called the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. That's where this name derives from. From my whole channel. Marcus Speaks, a derivative of Muhammad Speaks, and thus, like I said, the podcast. So I have some integrity issues over here, which I'm dealing with when I do speak on certain stories and stuff like that, for the simple fact that I don't want to lead y'all astray or tell y'all some foolishness. Now, I always say, if I got something wrong, y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the comment section. And I give you this privilege. Hit me up in my DMs and send me the actual story of which you found to be the truth. And if I find it to be relevant and has all the information that I thought that I had, I'll even bring you on to talk about what you found, and we can talk about it. That's what Mark Speaks here is for. Now, this whole Will Smith Smackgate thing has been total sensationalism. Sensationalism for the simple fact that Will Smith is a big star. He's one of the number one actors in Hollywood. He's a great dude. He used to be a rapper. Well, you can't really say used to be because he can still rap his ass off now. But Will has accumulated all this wealth. He has a great family from the outside, some people will say. But then, they dived into his marriage and stuff like this. It's okay. It's this video that's floating around that's like practically two years old, if not 3 years old. But I'm pretty sure it's 2 years old. It's of Jada taking a video of Will, and she's asking him questions, and he's telling her get the camera out of his face and stuff like that. And people are saying, "Well, this is so evil that Jada could do this." He's basically begging her to get the phone out of her face, and she won't do it. She's so evil, and it's like, look, dog, check this out. We don't know what the hell their relationship is entails. We don't know. We don't know what that video was about. We don't know what although he looked irritated and stuff like that, but he probably was on camera for quite some time that day. He probably didn't want to be on camera. So thus, her about to tape the Red Table Talk with their psychiatrist, or whatever that was going to be on the show that day. They, we don't know from his from Will's interaction on that video, we don't know what the hell was going on. And for people to speculate and makes salacious statements and stuff like that about Jada being evil and all kinds of shit like that. Look, you don't know the woman. You only know what they tell you. From the Red Table Talk, from Will's YouTube and Instagram, and I believe he's on Twitter presence. Jada's Instagram, Facebook show. I'm pretty sure she's on Twitter. Maybe her presence, whatever they talk about on the show and whatever they share, it's what they want us to know. It's not what they think we're thinking, and then they display it. No, it's what they tell us. And the whole reason why I'm harping on this this whole thing is because you guys, I'm talking to you, to all the YouTubers, all the bloggers and stuff like that. Y'all just typing at y'all's keyboard, you're sitting in front of your camera saying all this fuck shit. Sorry. I told myself today I wasn't gonna say the F word on here anymore. But anyway, y'all saying all this foolishness about Jada and how she's evil, she's the villain of this Will story, and she's the whole reason why he did it. Why didn't she stop him or say something? And it's like, we don't, like I said last week, we don't know when that footage of Will laughing, we don't know where that came, we don't know where in that presentation of Chris being on stage, we don't know where that sat, because you gotta remember, we are on live videos. There's a 6-second delay, so they can put anything within that 6 seconds that they want. This live video I'm doing right now, which I monitor with a headphone, not watching myself, but listening to my audio to see if anything messes up, and looking at my video just in case something messes up as well. I'm hearing myself say something 6 seconds ago. So we don't know what the hell was done in between the cut of Will and Jada, the cut back to Chris, and then when Will came up on stage and slapped Chris. We don't know what happened in between that, let's say 5 to 6 seconds, 5, maybe, probably even 15 seconds. We don't know. All right? Now, that's why we do our own research over here. Everybody's doing this not only to make a salacious or a sensationalized video, but also doing it for clout. Me, myself, personally, I don't need the clout. Just by this being on, this isn't really a part of what I wanted to talk about today, but I added it in for the simple fact that I'm just tired of people trying to put somebody down that they don't know. Now, as I said last week, when the whole 15-minute video of Will and Jada talking about her entanglement, yeah, I said some shit. But that was last year, if not 2 years ago. I did that, maybe last year. I've grown since then. Although I don't apologize for anything that I say on here. It's just, I've grown from that. I don't have to talk any mess about those two people. I don't know their relationship. I don't know their relationship structure. So it's nothing for me to sit there and talk about these people as if I know them personally, like everybody else has been doing. Now, Jada probably saw that article and probably looked at it and was like, You know what? That's a lie. I never said that. Who put this out that I said all of this? We don't know. We don't know if she said it or if she didn't say it. We don't know. Now, although Jada is, in her stance, she is a strong black woman. These are her words, not mine. I'm not using those words to big her up. This is just what she said about herself. She probably is looking at all of this and just clamoring at when all of this ends, which it has ended. But I have something to say about that as well. I'll talk about it later on. But she's probably gearing up to do a red table talk. She's probably going, probably if and when, when Will comes home, they're probably going to have a red table talk, maybe. They'll talk about the whole situation. Or they may just leave everything alone for legal purposes. So we don't know. We don't know yet. I understand that this is a hot story and all that. And it's going it's a mainstream story. The interwebs, such as Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, is all weighing in on was Will right, was Will wrong. So some people are team Will Smith, some people are team Chris, some people are team hate Jada. Those are all the manosphere dudes in the back that nobody really listens to like that. That's talking. We don't really give a fuck what y'all got to say. Just sit on y'all soapbox and tell y'all's foolishness. But you keep this story ablaze by bringing up old stuff such as the red tape. Well, now I blame myself for this. I told you guys to go back and look at the very first red table talk that Will did, which was a two-parter. All week I've been hearing people talk about that very same red table talk, and I'm like, damn, who the fuck was looking at my shit and went back and looked at both of those episodes, and then came out and was like, well, Jada said she never wanted to be married, and it's like, that's not new news. That red table talk came out in 2018, 2019. So why is that new information? She says in the show she doesn't believe in the structure of traditional marriage in the definition of what a wife is. Definitionally, she doesn't like the whole concept. So that means she doesn't like traditional things as far as marriage goes. That doesn't mean that she doesn't like marriage. She probably would have much rather, what she said as well, she would have much rather married Will on top of a mountain. Because I'm guessing to her, it's more spiritual, you're more closer to God, you're saying your vows in God's earshot, and you guys are basically laying down on the line, look, I'm your wife, I'm your husband. That's what she probably meant by that. I'm only making speculation here. But as far from what I heard, that's what I feel as though that she meant by that. So, let's just, where am I at? Let's not take it so seriously, because you're taking it way too serious to the point to where I thought one dude out of this duo that I watch, that he was gonna pop a blood vessel in his forehead because of how amped up he was about this whole situation. It's like, you're getting so into it to where you're getting upset. That's when you have to back away from stuff like this. When I talk about stories that I get upset about, most of the time I don't even cover them. Most of the time I try to hold my composure as much as possible, get through the story, and then give you guys what I think about it. But as far as that, you're trying to implement a moral standard in what y'all think Will should have done by smacking Chris, but you feel as though that his wife isn't worth it enough to do something for her. So with that being said, Will shouldn't have did shit. Fuck that bitch. Case closed. But you guys gotta remember, and from the look of it, it doesn't seem as though that most of you guys are in relationships to where you actually give a fuck about the person that you're with. Because from my standpoint on it, I felt as though Will was standing up for his wife because of something that was said about a medical condition that she has. It didn't sit right with him, so he wanted to do something about it. So let's pile on his book, which he just went through an emotional roller coaster for. He's still getting flack off of the entanglement shit. He's getting a little flack off of people hearing Jada that she never wanted to be married, which implemented that Will's a cuck now because of her not wanting to be married. So he's basically adhering and bowing down to his woman. And it's all this foolishness being said, and it's like, do y'all even understand words? Most of the things that you guys are saying is all dumb. Just dumb. Sit back, read a book. Matter of fact, one book y'all should be reading is the dictionary, so y'all can learn some of the words that you guys are saying. Because most of the time when y'all be talking, I'll be like, does he even understand what the fuck he's talking about? No, that was the second. No, that was the third one, really. Anyway, whatever. All I have to say is, all of this is a distraction. And you fell into the bottomless pit of what this distraction is. I actually came prepared. I put myself on a bungee cord and fell with y'all motherfuckers. But I had protection, because I will be coming back up from this. But the one thing I have to say is, you never know what's going on behind the curtain. Y'all don't know what's really going on in their personal lives other than what they tell you. So do you know what I say to that? Please do your own research, because then you'll learn something. So with that being said, how about we get into some top news of the week? Now, it's a continuation of what I was just talking about. So, Will Smith's Oscar slap is derailing several of Will's movie projects that he had on the table. So Will Smith had a movie coming out on Netflix called Fast and Loose. The Bad Boys 4 script, the first 40 pages was sent to him. And as well, he had an Apple TV Plus project that was in the works. But his Fast and Loose project lost its director, so I guess they were just waiting for a director to take the reins of the film to get it done, so it can be put out on Netflix. But since Will has resigned from the Academy, I'm pretty sure he won't be able to probably work as an actor. Maybe on like won't call it a professional film set, but a insured film set, for the simple fact that I'm pretty sure he still has his insurance until the end of the year, his SAG insurance. But I'm quite possible that a movie director or a production company or a movie or a film company doesn't want anything to do with Will at this point. So, with that being said, let's get into this first video that I have, and then I will come back with the news. All right, let's get into it. Let me start this.
A few major production outlets now putting the brakes on projects with actor Will Smith after he slapped Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. Charles Watson is live with the latest developments on this Hollywood story. Hello, Charles.
Yeah, hi, Mike. The fallout continues for Will Smith. He is now facing pushback from Hollywood for the moments. He hit Chris Rock after the comedian made a G.I. Jane joke about his wife. Smith was set to star in Fast and Loose, a Netflix movie about a crime boss with a memory problem, but that has since been put on hold, according to The Hollywood Reporter. And Netflix isn't alone, Mike. There are reports Sony is putting a pause on the fourth installment of the Bad Boys series that stars Smith and comedian Martin Lawrence. While Smith is facing serious consequences, the jokes keep coming at his expense. Check out NBC Saturday Night Live's play on the slap that was seen by millions around the world.
Will Smith, for those of you who don't know, walked on stage during the Academy Awards and slapped Chris Rock after he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, which I think was a disgraceful act that sets a terrible precedent for having to defend your wife at award shows.
During his acceptance speech, Will Smith said, "Love will make you do crazy things." You know what else makes you do crazy things? Crazy.
In the meantime, Smith resigned from the Academy after widespread criticism of his actions. In a statement he wrote, he would, quote, fully accept any and all consequences for my conduct. My actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. Denzel Washington was seen consoling Smith after the incident, and on Saturday he was asked about that conversation. Washington refused to go into details, but did say prayer was needed and said this, quote, "Who are we to condemn?" And nonetheless, Mike, Smith could face more consequences as the Academy reviews the slapping situation. It could possibly lead to the Academy taking Smith's Oscar back, but there are a lot of folks out there who believe that is unlikely. I guess we'll know when we know. Mike?
No slapping on this show. Charles, thanks very much.
They need to slap somebody on that show. But anyway, so with that being said, and I feel as though the movie Fast and Loose should have been rewritten as a hooker story. Anyway, now, with that being said, so about 10 seconds after Chris Rock joked that Jada Pinkett Smith was going on to be in G.I. Jane 2, at the 2022 Oscars, the energy of the ceremony shifted. Will Smith ascended to the stage and delivered Rock a swift slap across the face, sending a shock wave of silence across the room and social media feeds into a frenzy. Smith went on to later win the Best Actor trophy for his work in King Richard. But by the time that happened, most people were in a daze. What just happened? By the next morning, it was apparent the reverberation of that slap were going to be coursing through Hollywood for some time to come, and not just in the form of essays and statements. Last Friday, Smith made an announcement that he was resigning from the Academy, and now as the incident is officially 1 week in the rear view, Smith is starting to see tangible repercussions following his actions at the Academy Awards, as in ones that are going to hurt his bottom line. Smith's upcoming Netflix film Fast and Loose has reportedly slowed production, per the Hollywood Reporter. The film, which had already lost its director prior to Smith's altercation, was supposedly reprioritized following the Oscars. Smith was set to star in the film, which told the story of a crime boss who loses his memory after an attack. The news comes on the heels of another one of Smith's project derailments. Also, according to the Hollywood Reporter, Smith was recently given the first 40 of some first 40 or so pages of the script of Bad Boys 4. But that project has also slowed for the time being. But this is my thing about Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys 3, uh, Martin's character Marcus Burnett, he retires. So then there still leaves Will Smith's Mike Larry character. So what is Bad Boys 4 going to be about? It's going to be Martin gets off the couch and helps Mike with a case, to help to solve a case, or is Martin going to be a part of the movie? What's going to be the whole big deal? Is Bad Boys going to be now Smith's son, not Smith's son, but Mike Larry's son, and him now going out on crazy adventures or whatever? Like he gets some rehabilitated and put back in society to where he becomes a cop and stuff like that. Like, what's gonna be the storyline? Because personally, they should have just ended off at 3. Marcus retires. Let's say, which they should have put in the movie. Mike becomes becomes the captain. You know, they both get on their horses and they ride off in the distance. That's what should have been the ending of Bad Boys 3. That's just my personal opinion. But I love the movie. The movie was great. Like all 3 of them were good. We all know the best one, the second one, but you know, all 3 of them were good. So you know, so he gets the pages for Bad Boys 4, but that production has also been slow for the time being. Smith has had a prolific career spanning 4 different decades. His brand for the longest time was that of the impeachably nice guy. The news follows Sunday's spat proves that this is truly, at the very least, going to be a sizable bump in Smith's road. But you know what they say: no black actor can leave the business or stay in the business unscathed. Will Smith with the slap. They said Denzel Washington cheated on his wife, which I never believed that shit whatsoever. Chris Rock, he's worn a dress twice, and he's gone through a very nasty divorce. Martin had his whole little thing out, you know, in LA where he was waving a gun in his drawers and shit. What else? Chris Tucker, he's been to jail for over taxes. Wesley Snipes for taxes, for not paying his taxes. So you name a black actor, and there will be an asterisk by his name of something that he did. So there's no black actor out here that doesn't have something on his name that either isn't true, or most of the time, well, not really most of the time, but sometimes it's true. But we can only take what the news tells us with a grain of salt. But that's just me talking. His brand is currently damaged goods worldwide. Public relations expert Mike Paul told the New York Times, if and when Smith works again, this town does love a comeback story. It will be a long road to redemption. And this is true. I feel when Will comes back, and he's better than ever, he'll do a great blockbuster film. He'll come do that summer blockbuster. I wish he's already signed with Disney. So let's get him in a Marvel movie. Let's make Will Smith Blue Marvel, which is a Marvel character. He's sort of kind of on the cusp of like a Superman character of what Blue Marvel is. Let's get Will as Blue Marvel. Let's make that summer blockbuster money. Of course, Marvel gets paid. They put, let's say, Will uses his production company in the movie, so he'll get money from box office sales as well. He becomes an executive producer, which they've been allowing a lot of their actors to do. They gain back end money, so Marvel doesn't do that anymore. Oh, what's up? Salute to you, my brother. Maybach Mel in the building. What's happening, brother? How you doing? So yeah, like Will's gonna come back better than ever. Like this shit is gonna be you know, he just has to have the right movie. Now, the summer blockbuster could be Bad Boys 4. He could come back, do a summer smash, Bad Boys 4. He's Mike Larry, you know what I'm saying? He's the ladies' man that everybody likes him to be in Bad Boys. He does the Bad Boys, and then everybody goes home happy. But like I said last week, I feel as though that Will's Will has been trying to break away what he calls Mr. Fluffy. That's what he calls himself. The movie him. Like the guy that you see taking pictures. That's Mr. Fluffy. If you watched his YouTube special, if you go on his YouTube channel, if you look at his his Instagram, stuff like that, he's trying to chip away the guy that we see. He wants us to see the real person of who he is. And I feel as though he's been making a great effort at doing that, because if you look at his story, I haven't even read his book yet, but I'm pretty sure if you read his book, you'll get to know who this guy really is. Instead of the summer blockbuster, alien killing, nice guy, positive rapper dude. You probably won't see that. And I forgot to put this picture up as I've been talking, but whatever. But yeah, Academy Award winner. Hold on, wrong side. Academy Award winner Will Smith. Everybody, let's give this man a round of applause. Fuck what everybody else says. Now, let's get to it. So, I've also heard that because DC, now Warner Brothers is weird with these DC movies. So the DC branch of of Warner Brothers had a Deadshot movie, which is Will Smith coming back to reprise his character Deadshot, which is a Batman villain. So he will come back, do the Deadshot movie, and whatever. That's another summer blockbuster he can do. But that's been placed on hold, if not stopped altogether, because of Will resigning from the Academy. But it's the possibilities are endless, to the point of we don't know what the hell Will's gonna do once he comes back and starts doing movies. Hell, he could turn his production company into a film studio and start doing his own shit. He has the money to do it. He has $350 million. So, he can put he can start doing like B movies. Put like $10 million, maybe $50 million in each production. And, making the residual money off of that. I'm pretty sure people will watch the shit. Everybody likes a good Will Smith movie. Even the bad ones are good. Like, I like, myself personally, I like Concussion. I like 7 pounds, and I like Wild Wild West. So if it makes money, it makes sense. So Will Smith is banned from the Oscars for 10 years. This just came up yesterday. So Will Smith has been banned from the Oscars for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock. To me personally, that's only punishable to me by a couple months. But will be allowed to keep his award for Best Actor. In a statement, the Academy blasted Smith's unacceptable and harmful behavior that overshadowed the entire event. It really brought ratings to the show if y'all look at it. Like, who really watches the Oscars? Let's be honest. I'll wait. Nobody watches the fucking Oscars. Let's be honest. Nobody watches the Oscars. When Will smacked Chris, that their ratings doubled after that. Nobody gave a fuck about who was winning what. We just wanted to know if Will's gonna smack somebody again. That's all people wanted to know. I've said time and time again, why do people like negativity so much? Like, it's weird. But if that brings ratings, if that brings views and stuff like that, why not? All right. So, where did I leave off at? I'll just be running my damn mouth. Okay, here we go. During our telecast, this is the Academy speaking. We did not adequately address the situation in the room. For this, we are sorry. It was addressed. Chris didn't want to press charges, so then Will Packer kept Will in the audience because it would have looked weird after that. Or if somebody was in Will and Jada's place, it would have looked weird. Now, let's see. This was an opportunity for us to set an example for our guests, viewers, and our Academy family around the world. And we fell short, unprepared for the unprecedented. The board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th, 2022, which was yesterday, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs, in person or virtually. Now, does that also mean he can't watch the Academy Awards on TV? Do y'all control that part of the action as well? I just want to know. Including but not limited to the Academy Awards. We want to express our deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. We also want to thank our hosts, nominees, presenters, and winners for their poise and grace during our telecast. In a statement on Friday afternoon after the decision was reached, Smith told Deadline, "I accept and respect the Academy's decision." He had already resigned from the Academy last Friday, taking the decision out of their hands to where am I at? Out of their hands to rescind his membership, as it did with Harvey Weinstein. Sorry. Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, will still be allowed to attend in-person events. Now that's fucked up. Come on now. That's she won't go, but still, that's fucked up that y'all can just put that in the article as well. Don't do that. Y'all should have just left that alone. All right, let's keep going. Jada Pinkett Smith will still be allowed to attend in-person events. The 54-person Board of Governors met on Friday morning after a furious debate between its 9,000 members raged over the last 12 days in hundreds of WhatsApp groups. The slap divided Hollywood and the public, with some insisting he should be stripped of his Oscar and not be rewarded for violence, while others said dismissed it and mocked it on social media. Now check this out. Will Smith responds after Academy bans him. Will Smith is no longer allowed to attend events and programs in person or virtually for the next decade. But we have some more information on that, and I'll play this here video for you guys to further with the information. So I'll take Will down. And let's play the video.
Today, the big news, Will Smith's Academy fate is sealed.
Will Smith just smacked the out of it.
Will Smith is banned from attending an Oscar ceremony for the next 10 years. That was the Academy's decision after meeting on Zoom for nearly 3 hours this morning. Will is still apparently eligible for future nominations, but in an open letter, the Academy called out his behavior in the first sentence, describing his conduct as unacceptable and harmful. Will responded, "I accept and respect the Academy's decision." The 64-member board also praised Chris Rock for, quote, his composure under extraordinary circumstances.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
And the Academy apologized for its handling of the incident, writing, "During our telecast, we did not adequately address the situation in the room. For this, we are sorry." All along, it was unlikely that the Academy was going to revoke Will's Oscar. Insiders point out the Academy has not revoked Oscar wins for even the most disgraced winners, like Harvey Weinstein and Roman Polanski, who were accused of sexual assault.
We're not going to take that Oscar from him.
Academy board member Whoopi Goldberg, who generally has Friday.
Now, shouts out to the Whoopi, man. She needs. Because I know Whoopi was in that damn meeting fighting tooth and nail to not allow the rest of the members to take Will's Oscar away from him. To be honest, it's been past due, his Oscar. He should have several. He should have one, like I said, for £7. £7 was a good movie. He should have one for Pursuit of Happiness. He should have one, well, hell, him and his son should have one for Pursuit of Happiness. If not two. One for, supporting actor, which, I don't know. I don't know the categories. Concussion, he should have one, as well as King Richard. So Will should have at least 4 Academy Awards right now, but, I don't know who the hell votes over there, but it's some bullshit that they doing over there. Let's keep going.
Off on The View did not appear on today's live show. She was presumably on the Academy Zoom. Other A-listers on the board include Laura Dern, Rita Wilson, Ava DuVernay, and Steven Spielberg. Today's board meeting wasn't the only drama for Will and Jada.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
Like I said, sensationalism. I don't know why they bring this bullshit up. Like, it's no need to play this video at all. If he's dealing with stress from what's been said about him, because, he is in the public eye, so I'm pretty sure he does give a fuck about what people say about him. But I don't understand this. Why do people put fuck shit in stuff that doesn't need it? Now, you're talking about, him being able to keep his Oscar, the whole Slapgate thing and all that, but why was this put in there? This has nothing to do with what y'all talking about. Let's keep going.
Surfaced video of the couple talking about their marriage is going viral.
I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just...
Jada was discussing an upcoming Red Table Talk episode in 2019 when she captured this tense moment.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Now, destruction and sensationalism. All right, so Will Smith accepts his decade-long ban, which I'm pretty sure he'll find something to do with himself. He loves Miami as well as Dubai, so I'm pretty sure he'll be frequenting those two places. He'll probably, hell, Lord permitting it, he'll probably find some Bollywood films to be in. He's a worldwide star. He'll probably learn the language, get with a language coach, learn the language, be in a Bollywood movie. Who knows? Now, Will Smith accepts his decade-long ban from the Academy Awards. The 53-year-old Best Actor winner responded Friday after the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences Board of Governors decided to ban him from Oscar ceremonies and other Academy events for the next 10 years after he struck Chris Rock on stage during last month's award show. I accept and respect the Academy's decision, Smith said in a statement obtained by People magazine. Smith's response came minutes after the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences announced that it was banning him from all of the organization's events for 10 years for slapping Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars. So everybody, this is the closing. Well, I still have a little bit more on this, but this is the official closing, sort of the Will Smith Slapgate saga. But I will say that it's been pure salaciousness in pointing the finger of who's to blame, is Will to blame, is Chris to blame. No, it's all Jada's fault. Just stop, all right? What the hell this really means is, if we were looking at this as like a movie, let's say like a superhero movie. So let's take the hero's journey to if you will. So in Will's story, there still hasn't yet been in the movie a mid-credit scene or a post-credit scene. So we're still sitting here to wait. All right. So we don't know after Will comes out of slap camp and he comes out, makes his statement of what he feels now. That'll be the mid-credit scene. And then once he's back in the flow of things and stuff like that, then that's when he'll let us know what's going on after that, and then that'll be the post-credit scene. So we don't know what's happening, with this whole thing. So, let's just wait. All right. So let's go on to this next story, which has one of the best actors in the world, Denzel Washington. So, Denzel Washington speaks publicly about Will Smith after the infamous slap. So, he was with TD Jakes talking. Well, TD Jakes asked him, and I'll play the video and let him explain what his thoughts are. But he sat down. I think the Sunday after, so a week ago, with TD Jakes at a summit, that their leadership summit. And he basically did like a master class with Denzel Washington. So let's watch that real fast.
You just came back from the Oscars, and congratulations, and hats off and kudos and all of that. But I got to ask you right now, Pastor Washington, you stepped in the middle of World War III. We were looking at Ukraine, and it happened on the Oscars. When Will, who I love, smacked Chris, who I love, you came in as a senior statesman into that situation. Don't let me tell you about it. You tell me what happened. What happened? What happened to these icons, these legends got into a fight in front of the world? What happened? It wasn't a fight. It was just one person slapping the taste out of the other one's mouth.
Well, there's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite. Don't you bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right. And for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of that circumstance, that night. And fortunately, there were people there, not just me, but others in the gap. Tyler Perry came immediately right over there with me, and some prayers, you know, keep it. I don't want to say what we talked about, but there, but for the grace of God, go any of us.
Yeah.
You know, who are we to condemn? You know, I don't know all the ins and outs of the situation, but I know the only solution was prayer. The way I saw it,
Black Lives Matter under more scrutiny over how it's spending.
Come on, pause. I don't want that story to get out just yet. So, our beloved Denzel Washington speaks on Slapgate with Will Smith and Chris Rock, and he weighs in on what he thought. And, you know, like I said, he was talking to Bishop T.D. Jakes and everything. So Denzel Washington spoke publicly about his interaction with Will Smith on Oscar night and what happened after Smith slapped Chris Rock on stage. Denzel Washington was a guest and speaker at Bishop T.D. Jakes' Leadership Summit on Saturday. That was last Saturday, not Saturday. Well, not whatever. And y'all know what I'm talking about. During the 2-hour discussion about faith and his award-winning acting career, Washington was asked about his infamous slap and what happened afterwards. Well, there's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Washington said in video of the exchange posted on T.D. Jakes' Twitter account, you know the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone, he's my favorite. Don't bother him. Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right. And for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of that situation that night. At the Academy Awards, Smith walked to the stage and slapped Chris Rock, who was presenting at the time after he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. Shortly after the incident, Smith won his first Academy Award and offered his apologies to the Academy and others for the earlier incident. During his acceptance speech, Smith said that prior to his win, fellow nominee Denzel Washington shared some wisdom with him. At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. Washington said during Saturday's discussion that he, along with actor and producer Tyler Perry, prayed with Smith after the incident. Fortunately, there were people there, not just me, but others in the gap. Washington told T.D. Jakes. Tyler Perry came right over immediately, right there with me. Washington would not say what the three men spoke of or prayed about after the incident. Who are we to condemn? Denzel Washington asked. I don't know all of the ins and outs of the situation, but I know the only situation was prayer. Will Smith issued an apology last Monday in a statement on Instagram, calling his behavior unacceptable and inexcusable. So listen, to that question, y'all. who are we to condemn? Now, I just went over that with the whole Jada thing. Who are we to condemn anybody? Why should we sit here and say, oh, well, Jada's the problem? Oh, no. Will has a problem. He's going through all this and he hasn't gotten help for it yet and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, we're just talking to talk at this point. Why is it that we sit here every day? I'm talking to all the YouTubers who talk about this shit every day. Why do you guys sit here every day and talk about people you don't know? That's like me talking about my my homeboy Maybach Mel. I don't know Maybach Mel. I don't know anything about his life, his situation, his upbringing. I don't know anything. So why would I talk about Maybach Mel? That would be stupid for me to do that. It's stupid for y'all to talk about what y'all think about someone's marriage if, number one, you haven't been married yourself. Now, like I told y'all, I have rules. And another rule I have with myself is I don't talk about people's relationships at all. Not in personal conversation, not in public conversation. I really don't give a fuck what you do behind closed doors. That's gay, straight, or otherwise. I don't give a fuck what you do in your bedroom with the person that you love. Do what you do. If you want a dick smushed on your face, hey, do what you gotta do. If you want your head smashed in some pussy, do what you do. It's not for me to tell you not to do that. But we're sitting here condemning people. And I'm not trying to do like a kumbaya type of situation or, let's all join hands and pray and shit. But it's like, we're sitting here every day talking about 3 people, and one of the people has been taken out of the conversation entirely. Now, what people don't understand is y'all's friend Chris Rock and y'all so up in arms when it comes to Joe Rogan saying the N-word. Chris Rock was surrounded by 4 comedians. Well, 3 other comedians. There's 4 of them in the room, including Chris. One of Chris Rock's writing partners, Louis C.K., said the N-word, I think 3 times in that video. You can go and look the video up. Just type in Ricky Gervais, Chris Rock, Louis C.K., and what's the unfunny Jewish comedian that had a show? He made $1 million an episode. Is it Jerry Seinfeld? So it was Jerry Seinfeld, Ricky Gervais, Chris Rock, and Louis C.K. So once the word was said, Jerry Seinfeld didn't like what was said. He said, I don't think he can say that. I don't think he can weigh in on that. So Chris Rock was like, oh no, this is the most blackest white, no, this is the most whitest black dude I've ever met in my life. He says nigger all the time. And it's like, that's not okay, Chris. But then we want to jump down Joe Rogan's neck for bringing up the N-word. But y'all condemning him, but y'all not condemning Louis C.K.? Thing is, the video's been floating around for a while now. And as Chris, Ricky Gervais, and Louis C.K. all laughed, Jerry Seinfeld sat back. He was like, I don't want no parts of this. Like, he just sat back. He ain't laugh. He didn't make a reaction. He was just, hey. So, we're on Chris's side for him being slapped, but he just allowed a white man to say nigger in front of him twice. And I'm pretty sure Louis C.K. has written jokes for Chris in the past. And I'm pretty sure nigger was in the lexicon of that joke. Now, you guys are carnivores when it comes to bullshit like this. You guys will hop to something so fast, even faster than what Robert De Niro's character in the movie Heat told you to split out on, and that's 30 seconds. Y'all get on shit like this in a faster time than 30 seconds. Y'all be on shit in like 5, okay. That was said, okay, let me look at this real fast, let me get my points together, okay, cool. Yeah, so this whole Slapgate shit, fuck Will, and it's like, what? Like, fuck, you didn't even get the full context of what the hell's been happening. Chris says some fuck shit 2016, y'all paid no mind to it. Y'all say, and even frickin' Jim Carrey said this, he slapped him for saying words. Well, I brought up last week, well, they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But then I told y'all about that very episode of Family Matters when Laura wanted to bring a Black History class to her school as an elective class, you know, so people can learn about great African Americans in American history. But then she gets a fucked up note that says, if you want to learn more about African American history, go back to Africa. Then when she closes her locker, it's nigger spray painted on her locker. And then her dad tells her later on in the show, Carl, he tells her, you know, the saying sticks and stones and all that, well, words do hurt. And words do hurt. We don't know how Jada felt after he said that bullshit. Now, everybody is equating G.I. Jane as a strong character. It's a strong character for her to be compared to because all the great things in that movie G.I. Jane accomplished. And it's like, but y'all didn't watch the beginning of that movie where she was beaten down and talked bad about because she wanted to join what they called a man's army. Seems as though we forget about certain things, and I brought this word up with the Ryan Coogler thing. What the bank tellers should have done. Pay attention to fucking context, please. Use your context clues and use your freaking context clues and I forgot what I was gonna say, but anyway, just pay attention to your context clues. There was nothing in this, and I even blame the Academy for this foolishness. You ban them for 10 years? When half the time Will is never at these award shows. Usually Will is off making a movie. Or he's home chilling with his family, like he should. But we care more about what someone's actions are instead of the words that they say. Now, for an action, I can forgive you for it because most of the time, you know, if it wasn't that harmful, I can be like, well, you know, they deserve a second chance. Let's give them their second chance. If it's unexcusable and it can't be reprimanded, then fuck them. But if it can be excused later on down the line, like Will slapped Chris, that can be excused, and that can, you know, it'll all blow over by the summer. By the time the summer gets here, we'll probably be saying, what happened back in March again? It's just, you know, you got to figure out what is worth your time more. Is it the fuck shit or is it the real shit? You choose. It's up to you. All right, last news story of the day before I get into my topic. Sorry, chewing on some ice. Gerard Carmichael comes out as a fun boy, or gay, whatever which one you use. Gerard Carmichael's latest stand-up special might be his most revelatory. I had trouble sounding this word out earlier this week. So, the acclaimed comedian comes out as gay in his new HBO special, Nathaniel. A few years after his first reference relationship with men in a previous film for HBO. In the intimate special filmed by fellow comic Bo Berman at the New York Jazz Club, Carmichael said he's been feeling like a liar after his father's infidelity came to light within his family. He called his identity a secret that he kept from his immediate family, friends, colleagues, and fans because he didn't want it to change others' perception of him. Well, by coming out as gay, I think that kind of changes their perception of you afterwards, right? Just asking. I thought I'd never ever come out, he said in the special, which aired last Friday night. He says, at many points in my life, I thought I'd rather die than confront the truth of that, like to actually say it to people. Carmichael, who is in addition to his well-received stand-up specials, created stared in the. I'm bugging. Hold on. Let's go back. Okay, so in addition to his well-received stand-up special, created and starred in the NBC sitcom The Carmichaels, which was a good show, with Loretta Devine, Little Rel Howry, and they have a name off of here that they should have put in here, David Allen Greer. Has broached the topic of same-sex relationships in his material before. In his 2019 HBO documentary short, Home Videos, he told his mother that he had relationships with men at fleeting aside in a sprawling discussing the film in an interview at the New York Times that year. He called the admission a thing he said to his mom. Since coming out of the closet to him, and now his fans has made him feel freer. Carmichael said in the new special, he said that he feels freer in the special. Okay, I get that because I'm reading weird right now. Carmichael also hosted Saturday Night Live last Saturday, one day after Nathaniel's release. In his 2014 debut special, Love at the Store, the stand-up comic Gerard Carmichael offered advice to gay people about the right time to come out of the closet. Save it until you need it, he said, quipping, I would come out of the closet when a friend asked me to move. I have something that I wrote, but I really don't want to say it. Just off of, and that's the wrong picture. Here's Gerard Carmichael, sorry. I don't want to say this. Fuck it. I disagree with the whole, thing. But I disagree with this. He came out as gay to his mom. Okay, cool. That's his life. But he did put up on his thing, which I watched. He said, yeah, mama had, I've had, relationships with men and stuff like that. And, whatever, and he's done sexual acts with them and stuff. But my whole thing is what the old saying goes with men, once you do some gay shit, there ain't no coming back from it. Now, I'm not condemning who he is. It's just that, if you smushing dicks in your ass, Pauls, then, you got to make that decision that you go and live this life the way that you should. Now, we all know the other sayings, gay for pay, gay for the stay, whatever. Whatever that you choose to do that is homosexual let's say you was a straight man at the time, or let's say you was bi-curious. Whatever that you choose to do with a man sexually, that's who you are now, fella. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to offend anybody, or if there's any gay people watching. Look, that's just how straight people think. I'm just telling you that. Let me say the cliche thing. I have gay cousins, which I do. I have several. I have men and women who are homosexual in my family. So I don't have any qualms or anything about the whole gay situation. Y'all do what y'all do. I don't really give a fuck. Alright? So, let's move on because I had to get that out and I wanted to get that out quick. So, Gerard, I'm glad that you are now coming out as who you really are. Not I'm glad, I'm not. But I'm just saying. But, glad. G-L-A-A-D. Whatever. So. There's a lot of highbrow comedy going on over here. Nobody really gets my jokes. But the topic at hand tonight. Black Lives Matter co-founder secretly bought a $6 million home. And this is the very home of which they filmed this video in. Or outside of. Because if you see the home, let me back out of this real fast to see what picture is next. I don't want y'all seeing anything crazy. So I'll save that after I show everything. So here are the pictures of this nice ass house. So this is them taking this video here. Well, this isn't a video, but this scene is from a video a year after the George Floyd protests / riots. So this is the backyard. This is like around like the pool area. This is the house from the front with the garage, which is a studio, a film studio for like YouTube videos and stuff. And then this is the whole property here is all outlined red. So they were probably somewhere around this area when they took that picture, if not somewhere close to like right here or so. But yeah, it's a nice big property. It's close by other houses as well, but I'm pretty sure they have privacy fences put up. This is the pool area with the pool house. It's nice to have a house that you can say has a pool house or a rec room or whatever you would call it. This is the garage that they converted. Excuse me. If not somewhere within the house, but I'm pretty sure that's the garage. This is the kitchen. This is the living room that's close by the kitchen. This is one of several, or I think the article said this is one of a dozen. Of a dozen bathrooms that this house has. And then this is them toasting it up during the show. So this is what I'm gonna do here. I won't keep that up, but I'll have it lingering by just in case if I need it. And we have, okay, so fair warning. Leo Terrell, I have no idea what his background is, but I guess he's one of those black people that doesn't like nigga shit, but you can tell that he participates in nigga shit. So this is what Leo Terrell had to say.
Black Lives Matter under more scrutiny over how
I think his name's Leo Terrell. I don't know. Let's see.
Spending donors' money. As a new report claims, Black Lives Matter leaders used $6 million in donations to buy a massive, beautiful California mansion. Fox News contributor and civil rights attorney Leo Terrell joins us right now from Los Angeles. Leo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing okay, but I'm scratching my head. You know, after the summer of 2020, we'd heard that Black Lives Matter took in, I think, $90 million, and we wondered what they were going to spend the money on. Now we know they spent
No, that was $90 million on top of $65 million that they already had on hand. That's the other part of the situation that they never talk about, is the money that they had on hand. They already had $60 million on hand, but then gained another 90,000, which is $135 million that they had altogether.
$1 million on a mansion for themselves.
Yes, Steve, living like the rich and famous. You know, Steve, I'll be very honest with you. $90 million. They basically use black Americans for profit. Steve, ever since the George Floyd death, Black Lives Matter has profited from the George Floyd death. What have they done for the black community? Where are the community centers? Where is the improvement in education? They use this money for personal gain, and you look at that house. That house does not help black Americans. It is basically blood money, Steve, and it's sickening and it's embarrassing. Black people were
150 million. Sorry, I was 15 million off.
Exploited. Black Americans were exploited by Black Lives Matter for the personal gain of a few.
Well,
now hold on. I want to say something to that. He called it blood money. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Because let's think about it. That's exactly what the fuck it is. It's blood money. Every time when they can push a story out there of white cop shoots black person, they summon the protesters. They come in, and then once it starts getting national exposure, then you see your Ben Crumps, your Al Sharptons, your Tamika Mallory's. All these people come out of the woodwork and they just start asking for donations. Let me get donations so I can do this. Let me get donations so I can do that. But for what? Like, what are you getting? Like, what are these donations going to? So I thought stupidly at one point. I never, just let y'all know, and y'all, some people who have watched this video before, I've never protested this Black Lives Matter shit. Although Black lives do matter, but we need to come up with a new saying, because this isn't the first time this has came out that properties have been purchased from donor money. Now, no one really knows what this woman does here. Let me show her real fast. No one knows what she does for a living. She said that she had a book deal. Now, although book deals do pay well, but what is she talking about in said books that she's either about to talk about or has released? Like, Has anybody gotten a Patrisse Colors, or what? Her full name is Patrisse Khan Colors, which Khan is, whatever. But has anybody read a Patrisse Khan Colors book at all? Because I have yet to see one. Unless she's putting out like children's books, which I wouldn't recommend her doing. But I'm just saying that because of her whole Marxist ideology as well as her alternative lifestyle. Just whatever. But does anybody know what she actually does other than YouTube videos? Just resigning just last year from a leadership role at the BLM organization, which the full thing is the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. And I reported not too long ago that Black Lives Matter has yet to file their 2020, 2021, and 2022 taxes. Now, this is one thing that's in this article that I didn't know. I didn't know that nonprofits have to spend all the money that they have. So that $90 million that they were given last year had to be spent, I guess, by last year. But it wasn't. But then the story comes out that Patrisse Khan Colors has bought in several homes around LA and Atlanta, as well as this new home that just popped up. Now, maybe that was a part of the homes that she purchased, because from what we know, the houses that she bought was the one house that she has in the hills that has a landing strip, like a plane landing strip in the neighborhood. I believe they said her property had a helicopter pad, but y'all can research that yourselves. I could be lying, but as well as the Atlanta property, which this is the funny part. Not only does Patrisse have her own residence, her wife gets to have her own residence as well. So those are two houses, along with the houses that she said that she was given to family, with the Atlanta house and the bonus house that she wanted to purchase in the Caribbean. But nobody talks about that. That story came and went like the wind. Like nobody else talks about that anymore, which is funny because that shit was just brought up last year. But I digress.
Take us back, Leo. How did they wind up getting these millions and millions of dollars? I know big corporations gave millions of dollars. Why?
Why? It is the classic shakedown. Steve, everyone remembers the George Floyd death, a horrific murder.
Yep.
Let's be very clear. Black Lives Matter exploited that. Black Lives Matter, the NBA, all these major corporations, they wanted...
They profited off of George Floyd's death. That within itself sends up red flags and sounds alarms to me. Because me personally, I saw this shit coming. The day of the protest, I didn't know what was going on. I think this is... it was in 2000, yeah, it was in 2020, so I don't know if I wasn't doing YouTube, like I had took a break from it or not. I'm not sure where I was at that time. But I remember my homeboy. I had hit my homeboy up because I had like 5 screens in front of me. I had this screen that's sitting next to me right here. I had my TV going. So I had my PlayStation hooked up to this TV. My Xbox is hooked up to the TV that's in front of me. I had my Switch going, and I had my phone going, along with my niece's iPad in front of me when she was over here. So I had 5 screens in front of me. I'm just searching on each screen like these protests. So the day of I hit my homeboy up. I asked him, was he out there protesting? He said, yeah, you should come out here as well. I thought about it, but then I was like, nah, I'm good. Because around here, I don't know why, they don't, in my town, they don't do protests, right? But I remember like 6 days later after the Mike Brown shit happened, they staged a protest, which was weird. Then they did the protest the day of, and I didn't get the memo like most people did. I didn't get the memo to go and protest that Saturday. So I'm seeing several protests going on around here in Delaware, Philly, and we all know Batman saved the day in Philly. It was just a whole bunch of shit going on that day, and I'm watching Sonetta TV, and he was out protesting. I was like, what the hell is happening right now? Like, it was just like weird. But to get back to the point of what he said, these corporations for the last 6 months of that year were just profiting off of pain. Like, who the hell does that, yo? Like, that is so weird. It's weird to the point that when you see it, you can't believe it. Like, all right, around what, last year? So a year later, after the protests, Joe Biden signs the bill so Juneteenth can become a national holiday, a national federal holiday at that. So now people are gonna look at Juneteenth as another hamburger hot dog holiday. So we have Memorial Day that's about to come up, hamburger hot dog holiday. 4th of July, hamburger hot dog holiday, which Juneteenth comes before. So another hamburger hot dog holiday is gonna be in Labor Day, another hamburger hot dog holiday. And I said last year, and mark my words, this Juneteenth shit, just watch what the corporations do with that. Walmart's gonna have all kinds of Juneteenth sales going on hot dogs and shit like that. Just watch. Just watch. Y'all heard it here first. I said it last year, but y'all heard it here first. Of Juneteenth 2022, you will see corporations usurp this shit. And I'm not even bullshitting with y'all. So let's keep going.
Be on the so-called right side of justice. They were on the wrong side, because what have Black Lives Matter, what have these social groups done other than exploit, shook down corporations for personal gain, Steve? The black community has not benefited from the $90 million. There's a state investigation into Black Lives Matter in California. That beautiful home does not benefit Black Americans. It doesn't benefit Americans at all.
Right.
doesn't.
Well, I understand there's a federal investigation as well. I think I read this morning somewhere. So is there a possibility these three women right here who are toasting each other, I think they were all involved in this particular mansion. What sort of peril are they in? Because when you give money to a charity, it's not supposed to buy somebody a mansion.
You're absolutely right. The question is, will this administration, will this left-wing Democratic administration in Washington or this deep blue state in California take any action? I want to look the camera right in the eye and tell everyone in this country, name me one thing Black Lives Matter has done to benefit Black Americans in this country.
Not a goddamn thing. I answered the question for you, Leo. Nothing. They've done nothing. Because if Tamir Rice's mom will come out and say, I'm tired of you using my son's name to get donation money. We haven't received any type of help on our side. As well as it was another mom that came out as well and said, quit using my son's name. So you got two mothers, and I'm pretty sure it's more, who has said this, as well as the New York branch leader of the BLM movement said that 90 mil that they got, they received none of it. So if the main branch, the main hub, is using false addresses to collect donor money, but other branches aren't seeing these funds filter into their organization, as well as other BLM members going to jail for shit, why hasn't these three done it? Hold on. Yeah, it's all the way up there. Why hasn't these three? I know they don't work for the organization anymore, but I'm pretty sure they hold some sort of liability to that shit. Like, I'm not understanding what the fuck's going on with this shit. It's just, look, once the cat got out of the bag about her, it was all hands on deck. Some of the shit I'm gonna share with y'all today, it's gonna be eye opening. So let's keep going. Let's finish this video out, and then I'll get to the articles that I got.
And they had $90 million, Steve. So I'm looking forward to an investigation. Hopefully, in this administration, it probably won't happen, but I'm looking for something tangible that Black Lives Matter has done for Black Americans with all that money.
Well, they did buy a mansion. Let's see what happens next. Leo, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Steve.
You bet.
Now, take this picture down. On a sunny day late last spring, three leaders of the BLM, Black Lives Matter movement, Patrisse Colors, Alicia Garza, and Melina Abdullah sat around a table on the patio of an expensive house in Southern California. The women were recording a YouTube video to mark the first anniversary of George Floyd's murder. I don't know why they would be toasting it up with wine and shit, celebrating the 1 year anniversary of somebody's murder. I don't understand that shit. Although, yes, the family won, which I did cover that full case, not that full case, the full trial. Look, that trial was impeccable. The not the defense side, but the plaintiff side. Oh my God, those fools was up in there getting it in. Now, George Floyd, and they discuss their racial justice work and difficulties they had faced over the year. For me, the hardest moments have been the right-wing media machine just leveraging literally all of its weight against me, against our movement, against BLM, the organization, Color said. But you leveraged it your damn self. Did you not? YouTube channel. You said you had book deals. You're not leveraging this at all? Although, what? The 150 mil that the Black Lives Organization had, which you saw, because you was a part of the organization during that time, where'd the money go? I guess we'll never know. I'm some weeks out now from a lot of the noise, so I have more perspective. Right, while I was in it, I was in survival mode. She was referring to an April 2021 article in the New York Post that revealed her purchase of 4 homes for nearly $3 million. I think it was way more than that, but I'll take their word for it for right now. The disclosures had contributed to the idea that there is a disturbing gap between the fortunes of the movement's most visible figures and on-the-ground activists across the country. And Colors resigned as executive director of Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation on May 27th, which he made a big announcement video about. I don't understand why. You should have just stepped down and that would have been it, and you went on with your life, but I guess not. So within a few days of the patio chat, I think they've attempted to cancel us, but they have not been successful in canceling us, Abdullah said at another point in the conversation. I hope you guys are tired. I hope y'all as the people, not those fools. I hope y'all as the people are very tired that you allowed these 3 women to come in and usurp just culture, like black culture within a whole. You allowed them to come in and usurp it, not knowing that they had Marxist ideologies, they had sexist thinking because they're feminists, as along with being homosexuals, but that has nothing to do with them being homosexuals by them being feminists. But it it's hand in hand for shit like that. Not only that, they wanted to destroy of what was said on the Black Lives Matter website before they took it down. They wanted to destroy the nuclear family structure. Now, for an organization that is about saving black lives, why would the family structure have to be destroyed? I don't understand that. I would think that anybody would think that a family structure helps individuals, mostly children, when looking up to their parents on how they should act in society. To where, and I know it's happened, but to where they won't have to suffer the same fates as Tamir Rice, as George Floyd, as Mike Brown, as any of the names that you can name. It's too many to name, and I'm tired of naming them. But I hope you guys are tired of this shit. Because not only that, with them wanting to destroy the family structure, they also wanted to sew in their degenerate lifestyle to then what? He also fucked up race relations in this country. I said it. Black Lives Matter, organization or otherwise, has fucked up race relations here in America, and I'm pretty sure they fucked up pretty much anywhere else who has a Black Lives Matter chapter in their city or if not country. Now, I know this video's been knocked down already. Well, not knocked down, but as far as in the SEO score, probably sucks right now. But who cares? They fucked up culture. They wanted to mess up the family structure. They messed up race relations just so they can reap a reward off the backs of the little people who actually go out to do these protests every day. Most of them, as soon as they get off work, is feet on the ground. Gonna hold signs. We gonna shout these chants. We gonna collect this money so then they can send it off to the organization to then buy houses. Like, I don't like we as black people have to, and I don't even want to say this shit. And this is how I look at relationships. Any relationships. Y'all gotta go into these organizations. You gotta look at these organizations like I do relationships. You go in not trusting any fucking body. Now they do say, well, you're supposed to trust the person that you're with. No. That's why trust is earned from everybody. You gotta earn my trust first before I start trusting. You know why? Because it won't sting as much. It won't hurt as much if you don't trust somebody right at the forefront of something. Never trust Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter Global Network, whatever the fuck they call themselves. Never trusted them. I trusted all the little people that was out there, feet on the ground, taking the hits, getting locked up. I was trusting them. But if you have to sit in a seat all day and you just going over plans of shit of stuff that's never gonna happen, but you're not actually out there like you was back in 2014, I don't trust you. Sorry. Let's keep going. They've attempted to say, and I'm just gonna say it, she brought some damn houses. We're gonna cancel her. Garza cut in with a comment seemingly addressed the critics. Y'all don't know shit about what it takes to live in a box here. None of the women acknowledged the house behind them, which was ironic. Is far from a box with more than 6,500 square feet, more than half a dozen bedrooms, and bathrooms. So which means, let's say it's a six room house. Each room probably has a bathroom, or let's say 4 bedrooms have a bathroom. Then there's a half bath, and then there's a community bathroom, which most houses do have. So that means that you could take a shit in one bathroom and then tomorrow choose to shit in another bathroom if you wanted to. So and again, like I said, we don't know what the fuck they do. All we know them from is activism. There's not so much activism going on right now because it's cold, and to be honest, shit is sparking back up. It's starting to get warm again. So is there going to be another name that we'll have to remember for 6 months and then forget about the whole situation? I just want to know. Now, let's keep going. So where was that? So it has half a dozen bathrooms and bedrooms and bathrooms, several fireplaces, a sound stage, a pool and bungalow, and parking for more than 20 cars. The fuck you need that many goddamn parking spaces for in a house? Now, according to real estate listings, that was according to real estate listings of what the house provided. The California property was purchased for nearly $6 million in cash in October 2020, with money that had been donated to BLM GNF. But here's the real spill on that. Now, I had to check on this, see if they was telling the truth. Now, a Los Angeles mansion frequent by Marilyn Monroe, Humphrey Bogart, was bought by a real estate developer working for BLM. Founder Patrisse Cullors and her partner for $3.1 million, and then purchased by BLM's foundation just 6 days later for $5.8 million. So there's some money missing. There is some money missing. There's like 2 point something million that's not here. Where'd the money go? Now, that was also purchased in cash, it has emerged. The rapid price inflation raises serious questions, ethics experts say. The purchase of the 6,500 square foot, 6-bedroom property in Studio City was first revealed on Monday by New York Magazine amid growing questions about BLM's finances. 6 days after it was purchased on October 27th, Pascal transferred the property to BLM GNF for $5.8 million, with BLM GNF paying Pascal in cash, and the purchase registered to a shell company registered several days before. Guess y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Gotta do your own research. Now, the transaction has not been previously reported, and Black Lives Matter's leadership had hoped to keep the house's existence in secret. Documents, emails, and other communications I've seen, not me myself personally, but the person who wrote this article, about the luxury properties purchased and day-to-day operations suggest that it has been handled in ways that blur or cross boundaries between the charity and private companies owned by some of its leaders. It creates the impression that money donated to the cause of racial justice has been spent in ways that benefit the leaders of Black Lives Matter personally. Now, this is what I had to say because I found some more information about this. The organization in February 2021 said it had taken in more than $90 million in 2022 and still had $60 million on hand, but it remains unclear how the money is being managed or even where it is. Y'all remember when I said that the organization filed their taxes with a false address? Booyah. That's how they hide it. If they're filing their taxes, which they haven't filed their taxes under a false address, which means the money has to be somewhere. Who knows where the money is? It could be in a Swiss bank somewhere, for all we know. An offshore bank that we don't know about. That's where the donations get collected at, and thus they ride into in the distance. Now let's keep going. Another bullet is headed accounting 990 modifications. Wow. And reads in part, need to first make sure it's legally okay to use as we plan to use it. The memo also described the property as a safe house for leaders whose safety has been threatened. The two notions that the house is seemingly in confidential refuge and a place for broadcasting to the widest possible audience are somewhat in tension. Now, my question is, why would anybody need a place of refuge if their life is being threatened? As far as what we know, no leader of any of the Black Lives Matter, even Tamika Mallory's organization, which I forgot what it's called, no one has been threatened. As far as what we understand, once these organizations become a part of the protests, everything's cool. It's just the people that's on the street that gets locked up and stuff like that. So, is this open to those people? Because if not, then that's where the misappropriation of funds come into place, as well as the misappropriation of what this house is for. Because as far as what I understand, you can't run a business out of your house. That's far from what I understand. I could be wrong, but as far as I understand, you can't run a business out of your house. So let's keep going. Another thing I want to add to this before we continue is, if you do the right thing by the people that believe in your initiative and your work to save Black lives so they can matter, there is no need for this house at all, other than for your own self-gain. That's all that is for. This is all that these houses are, is for their own self-gain. Now, I watched a video from a gentleman that is, I think he's still watching the show, I'm not sure. And to tell you the truth, Maybach Mel, I just saw your video today. Once I saw it, I immediately subscribed. All right, so kudos to you. Let me give you your round of applause. You deserve it. Because a name that he brought up, which I heard you're not supposed to say his name, but fuck it. If this video goes down, I'm in various other places. George Soros has donated money, which this was a good tax write-off for him. I think he put in close to $150 million in the initial startup of Black Lives Matter organization. The organization, he spent $150 million. Is that where they're getting the money from? Because as far as I understand, all of these other companies such as Walmart, Target, and various other companies donated their money, which they got up to 90 mil, which they already had 60 to begin with. So they sat on 150 mil once again. I don't know if that was to clear their books or what, but come on now. Like, it's no need to have these houses unless it's some foolishness going on at that organization. But y'all ain't heard me yet. The memo notes holes in security story using public YouTube videos. in an emailed statement on April 1st, and I do not know how to say this person's name, so I'm going to try my best. Shomaya Bowser of BLM GNF board member said that the organization bought campus with the intention for it to serve as housing and studio space for recipients of the Black Joy Creators Fellowship, which that would be misappropriating funds if this is where that money came from, because if you're not supposed to use that money to then start up other initiatives, I believe. I could be wrong, so y'all correct me. Now, the fellowship, which proves recording resources and dedicates space for black creatives to launch content online and in real life focused on ambition, healing justice, urban agriculture and food justice, pop culture, activism, and politics, was announced the following morning. Bowser also said in the statement that BLM GNF had always planned to disclose the House in legal filings this May, that it does not serve as anyone's personal residence, and that purchasing property via private LLCs is customary to real estate as a way of protecting assets for litigation and liability. But you bought this house in Studio City, California, which I believe is somewhere around like Beverly Hills and shit like that. You know there's office space for the shit that y'all want to do, right? If Kev on Stage can find office space in an abandoned warehouse, I believe that he bought for his Kev on Stage Studios app to then record his videos for his his content that he puts on his app. Why couldn't y'all find that? He found a abandoned warehouse, which I believe used to be like a factory or something, but he flipped it and made it into a studio. Why is that y'all couldn't find the space as well to then do what y'all are doing at this house? Y'all bought a house, not office space, not studio space. Y'all bought a house. So what are y'all fucking doing with the house if it's just for content creating and a refuge for people to blow their YouTube channels up? What else is it for? Because as far as I know, it has 6 bedrooms. All 6 of those bedrooms, I'm pretty sure, are being used for something. Orgies. But what I want to say about that is we have to understand what they're doing. Like, we got to know what the hell they're doing with this money, man. This is getting crazy. Now, I don't know if I read this already. I think I did. I didn't. I'm not even there yet. So, okay. The statement did not address why, if the house was primarily intended to be a creative space, relatively little content has been produced there over the course of 17 months. Wow. Even if everything about the house is overboard, the general air of secrecy is out of step with the transparency that is expected of charitable or tax-exempt organizations. Now let's take that little piece right there. They're being secretive about money that they're supposed to be very transparent. There's supposed to be a house window. Let's just look at it like that. Let's look at like a house window with nice drapes. We're supposed to see money stacked up, but what we see is tenant windows. Why y'all being so damn secretive about the money? What y'all doing with the money? Where the money at, huh? Where's the fucking money? All right, where's it at? Where's the fucking money? Where's the money?
Give me your fucking money!
Now, even if everything about the house, I said that already, sorry. The size of the acquisition could expose the group to criticism. That's a very legitimate critique, says Jacob Harold, a former CEO of GuideStar and the co-founder of Candid, an information service that reports on nonprofits. It's not a critique that says what you're doing is illegal or even unethical. It might just be unstrategic. Why aren't you spending it on policy or, other strategies that an organization might take to address the core issues around Black Lives Matter? Or why aren't y'all getting with lawmakers to push forth better laws or creating PACs to put in representatives or to try to fill Senate seats with somebody you trust? But what I'm saying sounds ethical. Nothing of what they're doing is ethical at all. It's just nobody thinks of this shit. Or I'm pretty sure they did think of this shit, and then they started doing other shit with the money. Just saying. Now, even in a appearance of even in appearance of impriority or mismanagement threatens to deter donors and harm the large movement for racial equality. On this score, some of the harshest criticism of BLM GNF has come from within. Internal emails dating to 2016 show activists voicing concerns about how donations were being spent and how the organization was being ran. And frustrations only continued to mount. In the fall of 2020, 10 city chapters issued a public statement rebuking the global network for its damn it, this word was, hold on. Let me need some work. I need some help saying this word for this. Let's see, and I'll read that. I'll read it over too. The opacity. So let's go back. So the fall of 2020, 10 city chapters issued a public statement rebuking the global network for its opacity in the families of some black victims of police violence have complained that they have seen little of the funds that have flowed to the movement's most visible facets. Now, what are they doing with this goddamn money?
Give me your fucking money!
What are they doing with this money? Now, George Floyd's death triggered an outpouring of contributions to BLM. In October 2020, the organization received an infusion of $66.5 million from its fiscal sponsor and intermediary commonly used by fleeting nonprofits to process donations. 2 weeks later, a man named Dwayne Pascal purchased a 7-bedroom house that would become known as Campus. According to California business registration documents, Pascal is the financial manager for Janaya and Patrisse Consulting, an LLC run by Colors and her spouse, Janaya Khan. Pascal is also the chief financial officer for Trap Heels, a nonprofit led by Damon Turner, the father of Colors' only child. Within a week, Pascal transferred ownership of the house to an LLC established in Delaware by the law firm Perkin Coie. The maneuver ensured that the ultimate identity of the property's new owner was not disclosed to the public. After the transfer, Black Lives Matter leaders began using the house in various ways, including as a set for recording videos and staying overnight when they didn't feel safe at their own homes. The property's upkeep, cleaning, pool maintenance, security has been handled by a loose mixture of people working for BLM GNF, Janaya and Patrisse Consulting, the Bowser Consulting Firm, or other entities. Bowser's, who also serves as BLM GNF's deputy executive director, has in the past overseen payments to Trap Hills from entities that Colors leads, including an $86,000 fee from a nonprofit called Reform LA Jails and nearly $150,000 fee from the Black Lives Matter Political Action Committee. On the secure message platform Signal, in a text chat named BLM Security Hub, around 24 participants from BLM GNF, Bowser Consulting, Janaya and Patrisse Consulting, and various other organizations and companies co-mingle. One conversation from June 2021, after Colors announced her resignation, concerns her assistant confronting a man who had been found snooping around the premises. Paul Colors, Patrisse Colors' brother, whose title is head of physical security, updated the group on the situation. Earlier entries in the Signal chat room show him performing the same role for properties Colors purchased with her own funds, which he has said came from book and media deals, but we have yet to see any of those. Now, other internal records indicate Colors' mother was approved for a cleaning job at campus, and that Colors' sister signed the same kind of non-disclosure agreement as other employees at the property. Although it's not clear if the sister worked there, Colors has also used the campus house in ways that are probably not in line with the Black Lives Matter donors intended for their dollars. Back in April 2021, Colors uploaded a video to her personal YouTube channel titled, "I tried baking a family recipe for the first time. Intense. The first in intended series called Patrisse Tries, in which she would attempt unfamiliar tasks. In the nearly 13-minute clip, she prepares a peach cobbler with her aunt at the campus kitchen island, making use of its soapstone countertops and high-end appliances. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Other videos from Colors' personal YouTube channel also appear to match images of the house's interior shown in the real estate listings. Ooh, shocking. It's an example of how colors acted as both the head of the BLM GNF and cultivated a lucrative public profile at the same time. When she quit the organization, she said it was to focus on media deals she'd signed with a book publisher and Warner Brothers. Which you can, if you go to her channel, you can see that video and you can see her saying that. Nonprofit experts say that any apparent intermingling of resources among BLM, GNF, colors, and outside entities might jeopardize the charity's tax-exempt status. Lloyd Hitachi, mayor, professor at the University of Notre Dame Law School, who specialized in nonprofits, said the details of the house's management deserves closer scrutiny. Yo, what's happening, Marshall Gordon? What's happening with you? I do want to say, if anybody's still here, I will send out the link, and I do want anybody who's willing to come up here to come up here. All right, so if y'all want to talk about this, let's talk. All right, I will send it out after I'm done. So, Marshall, if you want to come up after I'm done with this, you can come up and say your piece and do, whatever. So, where was I at? Closure scrutiny. Okay, so if there are problems with the group's tax filings, there could be civil and criminal liabilities for the people and organizations involved. He said that the investigations by state and federal agencies could be warranted. They're all indicators that the money may not be going where it's supposed to be going, he says. Other conversations on the BLM Security Hub chat show efforts to monitor social media for negative mentions of BLM GNF. Well, they're probably monitoring this shit right now. Let's see. With members using their influence with the platforms to have such remarks removed. It's currently not possible to share the post's article on Color's home purchases on Facebook because the site's parent company, Meta, has labeled the content abusive. At other points, Bowser and his associates direct a private investigator to look into BLM detractors and journalists, including me. At the other, I said it already. BLM GNF was awarded tax-exempt status from the IRS in December 2020, 2 months after the house's purchase. Now, non-exempt status is when you file a what is it? It's a 501c3 and a 501c4. That's when you can get tax-exempt status for any nonprofit organization that you want to start up. But read those papers because there's various things you can't say, talk about, or deal with while being in those in tax-exempt status. Marshall says they are mad because BLM is getting more publicity by themselves been through their social media companies. And there, hold on, I gotta bring this up as well. That was the first thing he said. And then the second thing that he says, people can read fast. Marshall also says, and they're mad because BLM is branching off into social media. Let's discuss that. I'll put the link up and we can discuss that. You cool with that? Now, BLM-GNF was awarded tax exempt status from the IRS in December 2020, 2 months after I said that already. The distinction meant the group would have to disclose information about donors and expenditures in an annual filing known as a 990. But BLM-GNF has not submitted those forms for 2020 or 2021. It also has problems at the state level. The Washington Examiner reported in February 2022, that California's Attorney General told the group it was considered delinquent. I did that story as well. I forgot what video it's attached on, but I did that story as well. BLM-GNF has since retained the high-profile Democratic lawyer Mark Ellis and maneuvered to get more time to formally submit data from 2020 by switching from calendar year to fiscal year tracking. In the meantime, contributions to the group have been essentially shut down. Amazon Smile suspended the organization from its platform in February 2022, and BLM-GNF has removed donation links from its own website. The group informally released a batch of financial information in February 2021 when it said it had taken in more than $90 million in 2020, and still had $60 million on hand. The house was not mentioned. Soon after the report, local activists went public with complaints that they felt unsupported by BLM-GNF despite their pleas for help. Two mothers who lost their sons to police violence demanded the organization stop using their names to raise funds. Real estate purchases have been a problem for BLM-GNF outside of the U.S. as well. In the summer of 2021, BLM Canada announced that it was purchasing a mansion in Toronto in hope to establish a Black community hub. Conservative media outlets later reported that public property records indicated the transaction involved a transfer of approximately $6.3 million to a Canadian nonprofit, M4BJ, that was established in part by Janaya Khan, who was born in Toronto. Any of this sound fishy to y'all? Let me know in the chat. Two BLM Toronto organizers released a resignation letter expressing their frustration. We have written this because our many attempts to bring up concerns were met with denial, gaslighting, and refusal to acknowledge requests for accountability. The organizer said, "We were told that concerns about financial transparency and community accountability were rumors, not a big deal, and whispers from a so-called counter-organizers." Tori Russell, a prominent activist in Ferguson, Missouri, said that he felt depressed when he learned about the California property. "It's a waste of resources," he said. While Black Lives Matter at the national level is flush, he's seen local activists fall into poverty and become homeless. Last year, Russell put out a video with Michael Brown Sr., whose son was killed by a police officer in August 2014, demanding money from BLM-GNF to help people living in Ferguson, and he's since been struggling to raise $1.2 million for a community center, which is sad. Where am I at? They shouldn't be walking around, no black people, no black communities. He said of the organization's leader. They should be somewhere in shame. In the patio video marking the anniversary of George Floyd's death, the conversation among Colors, Garza, and Abdullah turned to the people who have faulted their leadership online. Because your leadership is very faulty. That's why. Who the fuck are you? No, who the fuck are you? Your leadership sucks. Just take it on the chin. That's all you gotta do. Take it on the chin. Your leadership sucked. It's not amounting to anything. People are starting to hate the goddamn organization. Let me get to the picture of y'all three. They hate y'all. Like, come on. Like, it's apparent that you guys shouldn't have started this goddamn organization to begin with. Because, number one, y'all don't know what the hell y'all were doing in the first place. And you should have just kept it at a hashtag. Now, Black Lives Matter being shouted on streets wouldn't have been a problem. But now, since you guys are taking money and not really giving a damn about what people have to say about you guys, there's a problem. So, anyway, I ask again, who the fuck are you at the end of all of this? Alright, so, you ain't done shit, Abdullah said. So, her full statement was, who the fuck are you? You ain't done shit. Who's she talking to? Who is she talking to? Who is she talking to?
Give me your fucking money!
Nah, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
Alright, never mind. Let's keep going. Garza added that she discounted criticism from people she didn't know personally. I don't need to be accountable to you, she said. Yes, you do. If you're running a non-profit organization and if someone asks y'all where the money at, it's up to y'all to show them where the money at.
Give me your fucking money!
Let's keep going. I don't know what accountability looks like with people that don't know, in quotations, and have never talked to. That's just the thing. If I ask you guys, can I see your books and see where all the money's going? You have to let me see those books because you're a non-profit. Colors told the woman at the table, my therapist told me, she said, what you've been through, most people would not survive. All right? And I don't feel like I'm just surviving. I feel like I'm really thriving. Yeah, off of donors' money. Yeah. Now, this lady here has a little to say about why they deserve this money. Let's keep going.
I'm not mad that the founder of the Black Lives Matter movement purchased a $6 million home. Why should I be upset? We said that
I'll tell you why. Because they're misappropriating funds, and then they want to be secretive about money funds that people have donated, their hard-earned money that they earn themselves at their jobs, they then don't want to tell those people where the money is going. That doesn't make any sense. Let's keep going.
Women deserve luxury. All of a sudden they don't. But you all don't want the ones that organize for social injustice for Black people to get the luxury, just the Instagram models. I just want to remind you that Dr. King was killed. He was no millionaire. Rosa Parks was getting her rent paid by an older white man for the last 20 years until she died. And the brilliant and beautiful Malcolm X didn't even own a home prior to his death. Majority of the...
You know why? Because he was out there doing the work. He didn't want to work for the white man, so he was working for the Nation of Islam. Although the house was given to him, he also lost that same house when he went against the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Well, no, they allowed him to have the house. But then somehow it got firebombed. Y'all do the math. Not accusing the Nation of Islam, but I'm just saying. Now, although, look, I love the Nation of Islam, but has been various stories out there that say otherwise about their actions. Now, let's keep going. All these other people that she named, such as Martin Luther King and stuff like that, I told y'all the other week, a few weeks back, Martin Luther King. Oh, this is when Joe Biden said his stupidness. Martin Luther King never wanted to be a pastor. Number one, he never wanted to lead the civil rights movement. That's number two. And if it wasn't for his father stopping him from marrying this white woman, him and Coretta would have never gotten together. Thus, I rest my point. And with that being said, Martin Luther King also worked for the civil rights movement, which I'm pretty sure he was getting some sort of paycheck from that to support his family, along with people donating to, his family so he can keep his house and be able to feed his kids and the rest of his family. Let's keep going.
Civil rights ancestors struggled financially. We should get in the habit of understanding that the civil rights movement did not come with a pension plan. Black liberation does not mean Black poverty. Times have changed. If an Instagram model can become a millionaire for pictures, then people who are on the front lines of organizing can be millionaires also.
Off of the backs of people who actually believe in a organization and what they stand for Black people, but then see this foolishness happen and then lose all credibility for them. Lock me up then. Because from what I see, it's going to result into people going to jail. I'm just saying that now. You heard it here first. You're going to see these people go to jail because someone's going to get found out. All right, hold up. All right. My video's acting funny, so I'm not going to shut this down, but I am going to stop. I'm not going to stop the stream, but I'm going to stop my video real fast. One second. All right, sorry. So, let's get back into this video because I forgot what I was saying.
Keep in mind the hashtag of Black Lives Matter has been entered on IG alone 27 million times. So let's not have negative energy towards the organization because no one of these women did not kill a Black person. These women coined a term surrounding social injustice to the
Is she serious? She's not serious, is she? Because don't hold the organization accountable for the unaccountability that they have shown. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
point marketing agencies and Fortune 500 companies use the word matter countless of times in ads since Black Lives Matter was created. These women deserve a big home like any other person in this country who has been responsible for creating something. And remember, Black Lives Matter before they're dead. Black Lives Matter when we are alive, and Black people deserve to live well. I'm Madam President with a Z, and Black Lives Matter.
Now, before I get into this last story, I have to use the bathroom, so I will be right back. Y'all go smoke something, go drink something. All right, we are back. So with me about to finish the last part of this story, I'm putting up the link now. So if anybody wants to come up, you'll be backstage until I finish. So you can then, we can talk about what I've talked about today. All right. So the link's up. If you want to come up, house rule. If you don't want to be on camera while I'm live, the only rule I ask is show yourself behind camera first before you're actually up here. That's all I ask. I want to see who I'm actually talking to before you guys come up here. So If you don't want to be shown on camera, like I said, on the back end, I want to see who you are first, and then I'll let you know that you got that I see you, and you can shut your camera off. Other than that, come on up. So, last part of this story, and inside the $6 million mansion, which I showed you the pictures already, the sprawling $6 million mansion bought by Black Lives Matter in Los Angeles once hosted Humphrey Bogart and Marilyn Monroe as house guests and comes complete with a soundstage, music studio, pool, and two bedroom guest houses. The they're saying 7,400 square feet studio city compound is a 1930s farmhouse that also boasts 7 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, according to the real estate listing. The impressively renovated back to the 1930s with all of the modern conveniences. The listing said Marilyn Monroe and Humphrey Bogart were a few A-listers who stayed as guests in this estate. The Swanky Digs also has a custom-made wrought iron staircase, marble-lined bathrooms, 3 fireplaces, including one imported from Italy. Recessed lighting fixtures, digital cameras, and thermostats. Digital cameras and thermostats, as well as private yard with an elaborate play set and a chicken coop. The stunning mansion was secretly bought by a shell company in October 2020, connected to the embattled BLM, Global Network Foundation, which used part of its $90 million donation. Where am I at? $1 million donation windfall to purchase the property. Purchase the property as a campus for the organization. New York Magazine reported Monday. Property records reviewed by the Post on Tuesday showed that the home was sold for $3.1 million to Dwayne Pascal, a Los Angeles real estate developer whose work is the nonprofit sector, in a deal that closed October 27th, 2020. The seller at the time, televangelist Sean Bowles, confirmed the sale to the Post. 3 days after the purchase, however, records showed that the property was transferred to a Delaware limited liability company named after the home's address and representing BLM GNF for $5.8 million. Let's see. No transfer tax was recorded because the LLC was representing the nonprofit, which is tax exempt. The LLC is registered under a Washington, D.C. office for the law firm Perkins Coie. They said it was in Delaware, whatever. Which had set up the complex web of BLM GNF related entities in 2016. The discrepancy between the two eye-popping amounts was not immediately clear. Just before closing day, Bowles posted a video on his Twitter in which he spoke about being passionate about BLM and how he was trying to convince more conservative members of his church to embrace the group's civil rights causes. The black community has been mistreated, said Bowles, the author of books like Translating God and God's Secret. In the 17-minute YouTube video, He told the Post on Tuesday, "I really believe in their cause." The National Legal and Policy Center, government watchdog, blasts the purchase of a luxury mansion by the nonprofit and its lack of transparency. Charity cash was used to conduct what appears to be a hugely profitable transaction between a shadowy Delaware LLC and a close associate of the officers of BLM GNF, said Tom Anderson, the director of the Virginia-based group's government integrity project. The watchdog, which filed a complaint against BLM GNF to the IRS last year, said it would also file an complaint to the California Attorney General following the revelations of the Studio City property purchase. The mansion served as the backdrop in the YouTube video recorded last June by three BLM leaders, Patrisse, Alicia Garza, and Melina Abdullah, who marked the first anniversary of George Floyd's murder. "It's because we're powerful, because we are winning," Culler said of what she characterized as right-wing media attacks in the now private video. "I wonder why. It's because we are threatening the establishment. We're threatening white supremacy." Months earlier, the Post reported exclusively in April 2021 that Cullers, a co-founder of BLM GNF, had scooped up 4 high-end U.S. homes for $3.2 million. Include 3 in the Los Angeles area and another outside Atlanta, which is Conyers. Let's see. Complete with an airport hangar, Culler sold the Atlanta property months after the Post's report in July 2021. According to the public records, she resigned from the organization in May 2021. BLM says the property was acquired in the furtherance of BLM's mission, as well as for other uses. BLM GNF board member Shamalia Bowser told the Post in the statement Monday. The home is intended to serve as housing and studio space for recipients of the Black Joy Creative Fellowship, Bowser said. The organization also planned to disclose the property on the upcoming 990 due May 15th as part of the BLM GNF ongoing transparency effort. I don't know why they have a transparency effort. But anyway, Bowser's statement continued. BLM GNF has and continues to utilize the space for programming and leadership off-site. The property does not serve as a personal residence. I beg to differ. But that's it. That's all. That's all that I have. If anybody wants to come up now, I should pin the link. How about that? How about I just pin the link? Okay, let me do it all over again. Alright, I'm going to pin the link now. Now, if you guys want to come up, the link is pinned to the top. Just come on up if you want to come on through. Damn, there's nobody out there that wants to come up and talk. I just had about 2 people talking. Marshall Gordon, where are you at? I said you can come up. Guess he didn't want to talk. Well, if nobody comes up while I'm doing my my promotions to get out of here, then everybody thank y'all for coming on through here. If anyone hits the link, you can come up if you want. But other than that, I'm about to get out of here. So, with that being said, with the sound of my voice, I see somebody that just came through, I believe. If you want to hit the link, go ahead and do so. Okay, nobody's there. So, everybody, I do a show on Fridays called Marcus Speaks Play. Sorry, that's not the right one. I do a show called Marcus Speaks Play on Fridays at 6:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're more than welcome to come through. I am playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Right now, I have 3 more weeks, I believe, with it, because I beat the first 3 boards, so there's 3 more levels left. So if you want to come through and watch, I also have a playlist of that, not only on this channel, but on my secondary channel. As well, on Saturdays, I do my podcast show, which you're watching right now, called Marcus Speaks Live. Alright? Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't be late, because I'm never late my damn self, unless there's some technical difficulties, but nothing that I can't work out. So, like I said, come on through Saturday, 6:30 p.m. I do this every Saturday, as well as my game stream on Fridays. I do it every Friday. So come on through. So like I said, I have 2 YouTube channels. My first channel is Marcus Speaks. Hold on, why does that look like that? Anyway. Okay, I see what it's up. Alright, so first YouTube channel, Marcus Speaks. That is my baby. That's what I've been here doing for the last 3 years. 3 years was April 7th when I first started. My very first video was the death of Nipsey Hussle. You can basically hear the change from then until now. So, like I said, I'm gonna put that video in the description. Only on YouTube though, nowhere else. So yeah, other than that, I have my secondary channel, Marcus Speaks Play, where I only have exclusive game stream footage there. So if you guys want to watch that as well, hey, be my guest. I'm also on Twitch. Now, my Twitch name has changed from Marcus Speaks Play to Marcus Speaks Productions. So please go to www.twitch.tv/Marcus Speaks Productions. Alright? So if you have any sort of recommendation for me, a story recommendation, something that I can present during the show, my podcast, or if you have a game recommendation, something that I can play that you would like to see me play, or if you have like a show recommendation such as, I don't know, like if you want me to do a review show for my games, or if you want me to add in another segment into my podcast, let me know. Either in the live chat, or if you're watching the replay here, write me in the comments and let me know. Or if you want to get at me directly, let me know in my social media DMs, which are on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast, as well as Marcus Speaks on Facebook, which is my personal page. I also have a group page called Marcus Speaks Podcast. Go to the beginning of the video to know how to search me. I'm not going to say it over again. But I'm also on Twitter at MarkSpeaks25, username MarkSpeaksPodcast. Now, if you could, check all those links out. Let me know how you feel. Subscribe to me, follow me, do what you gotta do, as well as liking this video, share this video, as well as my channel. Share my channel. And if you're new, subscribe, hit that bell icon to all so you can immediately get all of my notifications. And drop a comment, alright? Because I've been using Restream.com. This is not a promotion. I've been using Restream.com to stream this to my main YouTube channel, to my Facebook personal page, as well as my group page and Twitch. So, everybody, I'll catch y'all next week. And, we'll have another hard-hitting topic just like this week. So if you didn't learn anything tonight, rewatch this, because you will learn. Alright? So everybody, I'll catch y'all again next week. Thank you for watching. Peace out.